Before you scrolled any further, your heart already knew this message was for you. Some names don't leave your life. They settle quietly inside your soul. You don't miss them every second, but when you do, it feels like everything stops. You tried to forget, you tried to heal, yet your heart still remembers what your mind denies. Not every connection ends because it was wrong. Some end because the timing wasn't ready. If their absence still hurts, it means the bond was real, not imagined. God doesn't allow certain people to touch your soul without a reason. You weren't weak for loving them. You were brave enough to feel deeply. Some separations are not endings. They are pauses written by destiny. And if you're feeling emotional right now, it's because your soul recognizes this truth. Let's go deeper. God says, this person is still written in your destiny. If you are reading these words right now, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and listen with your heart, not your fear. You didn't open this by mistake. You didn't randomly stop on this message. You were not just scrolling. God gently guided you here. Before your mind starts questioning it, before doubt tries to speak louder than faith, understand this one truth. Nothing that is meant for you ever reaches you by accident. God says, I see how tired you are. Tired of thinking, tired of remembering, tired of pretending that this connection doesn't matter anymore. You tried to move on. You really did. You tried to stay busy. You tried to smile again. You tried to convince yourself that it's over, that it was just a phase, just a chapter that ended. But no matter how far you walked, no matter how much time passed, no matter how many distractions you chose, this person kept finding their way back to your heart. Quietly, unexpectedly, without permission, God says, I know you keep asking me why. Why does this person still live inside me? Why do they appear in my thoughts when I'm finally calm? Why do they come in my dreams when I thought I healed? Why does my chest feel heavy when I hear their name? Why does my heart still react even after everything? And God says, because destiny does not disappear just because timing was wrong. Some connections are not meant to be easy. Some souls are not meant to meet and stay right away. Some relationships are meant to wake you up, to break you open, to heal you, to change you, before they can truly hold you. This person did not enter your life by chance. They were not a mistake, and you were not foolish for loving them. God says, I allowed this connection because it was necessary for who you are becoming. At that time, you were not the version of yourself you are now, and neither were they. One of you was still hurting. One of you was afraid of love. One of you didn't know how to stay once things became real. One of you loved deeply but didn't know how to love safely. So God stepped in, not to punish you, not to take love away from you, but to protect what He was building. You felt rejected. You felt abandoned. You felt like you weren't chosen. But God says that separation was not rejection. It was preparation. If you had stayed together back then, the love would have turned into pain. The bond would have broken you both. The connection would have become toxic instead of sacred. So God chose distance, not to destroy the bond, but to save it. You keep wondering why you couldn't forget them. There are people you meet and forget easily, and then there are people you meet once, and they live inside you forever. God says, you cannot forget them because your souls recognize each other. This is not weakness. This is not obsession. This is not imagination. This is recognition. Some connections are written deeper than memory. They are written into the spirit. That is why time didn't erase them. Silence didn't erase them. Other people didn't erase them. God says, when something is destined, I keep it alive quietly. While you were questioning everything, God was working on both of you. You were learning self-respect. You were learning boundaries. You were healing wounds you didn't even know you carried. You were becoming stronger, calmer, more aware of your worth. And yes, they have been struggling too. They may look fine on the outside. They may act distant. They may pretend they've moved on. But God says they feel the loss. They feel the unfinished connection. They feel your absence in quiet moments. They feel you when the world becomes silent. They just don't know how to say it yet. You tried to let go. You really tried. But every time you almost did, something pulled them back into your heart. A dream, a memory, a sudden wave of emotion, a sign you didn't ask for. God says, I have not released you yet because the story is not finished. But listen carefully. This does not mean you should wait in pain. This does not mean you should chase. This does not mean you should pause your life. God says, this connection is still under divine guidance. Many people confuse delay with denial. But God says, what is delayed is not denied. Denial brings closure. Denial brings peace. But you don't feel that peace yet. Because this is not rejection, this is delay. They didn't leave because they didn't care. They left because they didn't know how to love the right way. Some people feel deeply, but panic when love becomes real. Some people were never taught healthy love, so when they feel it, they run from it. God says, your presence awakened things in them they were not ready to face. They chose distance not because you were too much, but because they were not ready yet. Now God asks something important from you. Do not wait, do not beg, do not shrink yourself. This season is about you, about choosing peace, about choosing yourself, about learning to love without losing who you are. God says, when the time is right, I will move them toward you without effort. What is meant for you will never need to be chased. Signs of destiny are gentle, not painful. You may think of each other at the same time. You may dream of them during healing. You may feel calm instead of desperate when they cross your mind. God says, peace is the sign of destiny, not anxiety. If and when they return, it will not feel like the past. There will be clarity, there will be safety, there will be respect. Love will no longer confuse you. It will calm you. And if they return unchanged, that is not reunion. That is a test. God says, I do not reunite souls until they are safe for each other. And if they never return, God says, if someone is truly part of your destiny, they cannot miss you forever. And if they choose not to grow, God will send someone who carries the same depth. But with readiness, you will not lose love. You will not lose fulfillment. You will only lose what was unable to meet you where you were becoming. Final message from God. Stop questioning your worth. Stop blaming yourself. Stop thinking you imagined this connection. You didn't. This person came to awaken you, to teach you, to prepare you. And whether they return or not, you are stepping into a higher version of yourself. The bond is not broken, it is resting. And when the time is right, what is written will move toward you effortlessly. Trust God, always. Don't miss the last message. The last message especially for you. Listen carefully. If this message touched something deep inside you, don't ignore it. Some feelings come back not to hurt us, but to remind us that love was real. You didn't imagine this connection. You didn't overfeel. You didn't love wrong. If someone's absence still makes your chest heavy, it means your heart loved honestly, and honest love never goes to waste. God sees your tears, even the ones you never cried out loud. He knows what you lost, what you're still holding, and what you're becoming. If you're still thinking about that one person right now, this message was for you. Comment, I trust God. If you believe what's meant for you will never miss you. And if your heart is tired, write Amen. You're not alone. Thanks for staying with me at last. So please like, share and subscribe the channel for more mindset-changing videos, because this channel will grow with your supporting and your love. Thanks a lot.